me know where you're tuning in from. I'll be broadcasting live from Vancouver, Canada. Alright, let's bring the music down. Rene Sharanyi. Peace, peace, peace. Amahora, amahora, amahora. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, we got a crazy show today. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it started. I'm in podcast mode today. Off camera. Radio mode, podcast mode. Alright, let's turn the music down. Let's get this party started, yeah. Alright, my people. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. If the sound is 5 sur 5. Yo, la famille. Rene Sharonji. Thank you for being here. So what we're going to do, we're going to start in English and then move into French and KinyaRwanda. I'm in podcast mode today. Thursday special, Thursday, October 16th. So we were supposed to do a space show with my Congolese people on the mapping report. Yeah, Rene Sharon, you sexy, thank you very much. So we were supposed to do a space, and then for some reason, the man who does the space, our brother Fabrice Gino, has been hacked, y'all. Man, he has been hacked. He has not been able to access his account, so he's been hacked. So what we're gonna do is do our show in podcast mode anyways. Okay, so can you see the screen? I'm trying to share the screen so I can show you the whole drama and then show you what we were talking about. We're gonna start in Kenya, my people. As you know, oh my goodness, I identify as Kenyan as well. We love Kenya. We wish Kenya all the best. So we're gonna start by talking about Kenya. And then so this is the story where we were gonna do a space in French about the mapping report, but unfortunately the person who does the space, Fabrice Gino, in French, has been hacked, can't access their account. So we're staying in podcast mode. I'm off camera, and then we're gonna talk about Kenya. The opposition leader has died, and unfortunately it has been a lot of drama because of the behavior of the Kenyan police, firing tear gas at Kasarani Stadium at the public viewing of Raila Odinga's body, you know. So we are going to talk about it. And while that was happening, the crazy thing is that the president of Kenya, who is so contested, who has a lot of opposition, Raila Odinga was an opposition figure one of, if not the main opposition figure in the very recent Kenyan history. Our condolences to his family and all the people who loved him. We wish them all the best. We wish them to find peace and joy back in their lives as soon as possible. And so while that was happening, something very suspicious happened. The president of Kenya, who has a lot of opposition, went into office to sign some bills to actually take away people's right to express themselves. It's a bill to pretty much kill the opposition. While the country is mourning the opposition figure, the guy who has so much opposition in power, where everybody be hashtagging Ruto must go one term president, he goes into office to sign bills that will take away people's rights. People's rights to even express themselves online freely, and pretty much silence the opposition, charge them money or jail them after all that devastating way of mistreating the Gen Z in Kenya. Oh my goodness. So we're going to talk about that. So welcome to the show. It is Thursday, October 16th, 2025. We are starting in English. We'll continue in French and end in KinyaRwanda. Thank you, my people. Welcome. Yes. So, Raila Odinga, the main opposition, the forever opposition, the man who tried to run for president so many times, he has passed away. All the best, all the best. And then chaos has erupted, you know. This is the famous Kenyan journalist who works for CNN right now, sometimes, denouncing, like, why it was unnecessary for the violence to happen while people are mourning. But I suspect that something bigger and more sinister is happening behind this event. We wish all the best to everybody, and I would encourage people to stay peaceful and stay vigilant. Because how do we know that these people who are so in love with power and who absolutely want to be in power, that they would be willing to kill, to sacrifice an entire generation just so they can be in power, just so they can enrich themselves? The corrupted leadership, how do we know that they did not create this chaos on purpose, precisely so while people are mourning, then they would be able to go and sign laws while the people are not watching? So we thank our sister Lynn Ngugi. Sometimes we thank her, sometimes we criticize her, but we still love her, right? Because of the work that she's doing, man. So, as Kenyans are mourning Raila Odinga, President Ruto quietly signed 8 new laws into effect. These laws touch on everything: land, digital rights, wildlife, money, and even how we speak online. The timing raises questions. Mm. So excellent. How do we know that they did not create this chaos precisely so that they can distract the people who will be in grief mode. This is the way the devil operates. Create chaos, use lies, bring people into their lower selves, violence, grief, sadness. And while all this is happening, they they will bring into laws while nobody is watching, and those laws will make people slaves of the regime, will bring people back into being oppressed, huh? Will trash the freedom to express yourself, whether you're expressing yourself on a computer, online, or wherever. We have seen this happening even in the West, even in countries which used to be so proud of their freedom. We are seeing the leadership in so many countries try to bring slavery back. It's pretty much that simple. And the people have to resist. And they take advantage of every situation while people are mourning the opposition of all opposition in the history of opposition. My people, Raila Odinga has been in the opposition ever since. I think he even inherited the opposition from his father. His father was in the opposition back then, after being, of course, a key ally of the power. And even him, sometimes he was in the opposition, and
even getting into Kasarani Stadium was...
sometimes he was, sometimes he was shaking hands with the people in power, because at the end of the day, he was a politician, a great politician who has survived in Kenyan politics for ages, So while people mourn him, while people are trying to even reflect on his death, the Kenyan authorities chose to send the police with real bullets. Some people have been unalived, I'm telling you, yo. Let me refresh this, because I was just posting about some people who have been unalived even. And it's crazy. So even the other key opposition figure, Martha Karua, we salute her as well. She's also a key opposition leader, and she was also one of the allies of Raila Odinga. She's a very well-known lady, brave lady in Kenyan politics. Even she's asking, why would police use tear gas and ammunition to disperse mourners, So I feel like maybe the people in power are creating chaos on purpose, because they could have chosen to handle the situation differently, not create any more chaos, any more grief while people are already mourning. And so it's very suspicious. And what if they're creating the chaos on purpose? Precisely so they can sign into law oppressive laws. And let me take the opportunity to remind people that unjust laws and unfair laws and all these oppressive laws, we have the right to disrespect tyranny. We have the right to be free. It's our divine right to be free. And if anybody is trying to infringe upon our freedom, it is our divine right to say no and to disobey. Any immoral orders and laws deserves to be disrespected and disobeyed. So this is Cyprien is Nyakundi, and he is posting saying that yesterday President Ruto signed into law the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Amendment Bill 2024, which says that if you post something that offends someone, can you imagine? You could be fined 20 million or jailed for 10 years. Huh? Why can't people be taught or learn how to control their emotions? Everybody out here being offended, always people being offended by whatever people are posting. How about you learn how to manage and control your emotions, so whatever anybody says out here, it doesn't really affect you? But now people are trying to tell you that if you offend somebody, it is your fault, instead of telling the person who is offended that they should learn to manage their emotions. And it is now being criminalized in many places to offend people. How do you even know what offends anybody, and how fragile your little emotions and your little egos are, that you will be offended by anything and everything, and therefore your emotions, because of your emotions, people are now supposed to be silent? Yo, let me remind people that your emotions do not matter. Only the truth matters. And if the truth offends you, well, then be offended. So, this man is posting about how many Kenyan youth are jobless and hopeless, yet Ruto is busy signing useless laws meant to silence them instead of fixing the economy. President Ruto's hatred for Kenyan youth and online users will never end. He is obsessed with control and fear. If he was fighting corruption with the same energy he uses to fight free speech, Kenya would be far. Ruto will never change. So, he's a student of Museveni and Kagame. And Kagame and Museveni, we have nicknamed Kagame and Rwanda, the Kagamistan in Rwanda. They are criminal dictators who want to control everybody and everything, who go after people just for freedom of speech, who want to put every opposition in jail, in exile, or dead. So Ruto is a student of Museveni and the Kagamistan in Rwanda, and this is how he's treating Kenyans and mistreating Kenyans. Luckily for Kenyans, Kenyans are not cowards like my people, the Rwandan. And they are so educated. Kenyans have been so well educated for generations now, and they challenge their government. This is why Raila was so famous, because he challenged the government for so many years, and he was a key opposition figure, and he has been able to survive. At some point he was even prime minister of Kenya. So Kenya is a whole other nation. So it's like Ruto is trying to do the Museveni and the Kagamistan thing in Kenya, but it's not working. It's not going to work because Kenyans are not Rwandans or Ugandans. And this is why we love Kenya and we love Kenyans, precisely because they are not like us, and they are so brave, and they love freedom, and they are so brilliant, they're so smart, they're so intelligent. They can pretty much rule even the whole Africa. Africa will be great again when Kenya is free and the Kenyans are thriving freely, because Kenyans are just so brilliant. They are making Africa great again. So thank you, Kenya, and thank you, Kenyans, and thank you for the great example of opposing tyranny. And all the best to Raila Odinga's family, all the best to Kenya, all the best to all Kenyans who are fighting for all the right things such as truth and justice for all, which is the foundation and the fundamentals. And we will peace and joy to all the mourners, all the families in Kenya, Raila Odinga, and beyond. All right, my people. So we're gonna move into French and speak about Congo versus Rwanda issues. Speak about how Kabila has been spotted in Kenya, yo. Huh? So one more thing about Ruto being in bed with criminals, Museveni and the Kagamistan. Kabila has been spotted in Kenya, in Nairobi, after being proven and sentenced of so many crimes and bringing war back to Congo and being in collaboration with the Kagamistan in Rwanda, committing genocide, raping women, pillaging in Congo. And yet the criminals in power in Kenya allow Kabila to go to Kenya and host his event in Kenya, like freely, like that. Oh man. So that's what we're going to talk about in French. All right, my people, thank you so much for being here. See you again soon. On Saturday, we have our Saturday show, which I'll definitely be back on camera. All the best to everybody, my people. Let's move into French. All right, la famille, on passe en français et puis on parle de comment c'est scandaleux là. On a vu Kabila au Kenya. Et puis justement, on était en train de parler de l'opposition. Une grande figure de l'opposition au Kenya est partie, Monsieur Raila Odinga. Et c'est le chaos au Kenya, on en parlait. C'est pas le chaos total comme le chaos qu'on en connaît dans d'autres pays, mais en tout cas, il y a eu des incidents chaotiques, on peut dire. Voilà, c'est mieux vaut dire ça. Il y a eu des incidents chaotiques à Nairobi à cause de cette histoire de la figure de l'opposition Raila Odinga. Et donc, on va parler de cette histoire de Kabila aussi qui a été aperçue à Nairobi. Scandaleux. Le pouvoir de Nairobi vraiment s'est exposé comme un vrai collaborateur de criminels.